Hello, everyone. This is Diamond Princess with another video. So, I was supposed to start live earlier today around 5 o'clock, but unfortunately, that did not happen. I went to San Francisco today. I had fun. I was trying to hurry back so I could start this video, but long drive, didn't make it on time. So now I am here. So I'm going to wait till people come into the chat so I can get started on this video. Okay, y'all, I'm not gonna be too long with this rant, but this is basically about passport bros, quote unquote bros, being mad at Cynthia G and Lexus Exodus for calling out their bullshit. And from my perspective, it's like you guys need to be called out because, for one, you guys are not going there for the culture. And two, you guys need to admit that you guys are going there for sex, period. If you guys admit that, nobody will be on your case about this, but you guys are technically lying because other people from other countries are telling us this, that you guys are actually going for prostitutes. Give me 1 second, guys. Hey y'all, I'm back. Hi Renee, love you. I love you, sis. I'm gonna call you after this live. I meant to call you earlier, but I'm gonna call you after this live. This live is gonna be short, like really short. So basically, you have guys going around shoving their penis in everything that walks. Okay, they want to get mad. The reason why these guys, give me 1 second. The reason why these guys get mad is because we're pointing out their behavior and their degeneracy. And us as Black people know that these guys are not going out there. Even Black men are saying that these guys are not going out there for the culture. But let them tell it. However, these guys want to attack Cynthia G and call her a white supremacist, or they want to call Lexus Exodus a white supremacist because they call them out on their bullshit behavior. But let me tell you guys this. You guys are exposing yourselves when you guys are out here traveling. You guys are doing a good job doing it yourself. We're just passing all the news about what y'all do because y'all pass this around on the internet. This is nothing new because you guys do this all the time. You guys expose yourselves to the world, but you guys want to sit there and say that people are attacking you or they're jealous because for some reason they're cock blocking you, which is really not the case. at all. People can care less. What people are doing is calling out the bullshit behavior that you guys are doing. You guys are sitting there and you guys are creating more generations of baby mamas that you guys complain about here in the US. But now you guys are also doing that in another country. You guys are not out there marrying these women from other countries, and if you are, it's not out of love. You guys are doing it to spite Black women, which is really not working because Black women, we have opened up our options as well. But you have these losers coming from these broken communities, and they're putting all their hatred of Black women on us. It's like, we just get sick and tired of the whole BS of what Black men do. At this point I really don't care, but when you call Black women names just because we're calling out your bullshit, that's something that me and myself have to talk about, because you guys can't not be hypocritical like that and call us out when you guys are actually doing this. People are seeing you now. You guys are actually being degenerates in this world, and people are noticing that. But you guys want to sit there and pretend that you guys are not doing this, but in actuality you are, and you need to admit that you guys are doing that. Just say that you're not there for the culture, because if you guys were there for the culture, you guys will be talking about what you guys learn while you guys are at these Latin American countries. But you guys don't go on there and talk about that. You have to call out, Cynthia G and Lexus Exodus. You guys have to attack these women because these women are calling you out on your behavior. But you guys want to sit there and call them out their name. Big J Triple X, shout out to him. He did a video earlier this morning, and in his title, it says that Cynthia G started white supremacy. Okay, and he's going on and he's telling these dudes, he's calling out these dudes for this stupid. It's just stupid logic that these men are spewing out here. They're sitting out there and they claim that Cynthia G is spreading white supremacy because she's telling Black women to abort Black male babies. But if I recall Black men saying that they want to replace Black women with Latin and white women, or they're killing Black women on the street, isn't that also doing, quote unquote, the job of white supremacy as well? Isn't that the same thing that you guys are doing, that you complain Cynthia G and Lexus Exodus is doing? Like, you guys cannot sit there and talk of something and be hypocritical about, because you guys are hypocritical. Because last time I checked, you guys did not want Black women to march for you. You want to wipe out Black women genetically. So why should I even believe that Cynthia G is doing white supremacy, doing the job of white supremacy, when you guys are already doing that job yourself? Like, it doesn't really make any sense whatsoever why you guys are crying and whining. And see, here's the thing. These men sit up here and say that they don't need black women to create black people, but they sit online and complain about black women annihilating them genetically. But here's the saying goes, and I was watching Black Women's Fear channel today, and her father told her that men need women. Men need women. Women don't need men. And what I took away from that, from what her father told her, is that men need women genetically to survive. They need women genetically to survive in order for them to be, for the race to continue. So men are sitting up here thinking that they don't need women. They do. They need the women to survive, because if that wasn't the case, they would not be sitting up here complaining about black boys, uh, black women aborting black boys. Excuse me. But here's the thing. Like, you guys are not saying anything. You guys are just sitting up here on YouTube, just running your mouth, complaining about what Cynthia G and Lexus Exodus is talking about. Like, why do you guys even care if they're not your type? These women are not your type. So why are you worrying about a bunch of women going up on YouTube saying that they want to abort black babies? You guys are the ones that's saying that you guys want to annihilate or recreate the black race. Didn't you guys did not say that? So why are you worrying about what women do if you guys don't need women? It's obviously you guys do need women, or else you guys would not be complaining about women aborting you guys. And these guys get super mad, and I'm gonna have you guys listen to a video here where a guy says that Cynthia G and Lexus Exodus are black female white supremacists. And I was like, well, where is your evidence, sir, that they're spreading white supremacy? These guys are very, very hypocritical. They really are hypocritical, because last time I checked, you guys were uh, spreading white supremacy theories as well. So why would you even be complaining about what a woman does with her body? Me and Kim did a video a couple of weeks ago, and we were talking about Radical Latino live stream that he did on Black Love Toxic. And these guys just go on about how black women are masculine, how black women are terrible mothers. They're not even sitting on topic. They're just sitting there ranting about what black women are doing, and it is pretty pathetic, because these guys do not care about black love and all that. They really do not care. Hold on, you guys, I gotta find because I can't cannot show you guys a video. I can only do it like audio. So I want you guys to see and hear how pathetic this sounds. But I hope you guys are able to hear this.
But not this like It really hasn't. It really has. It really hasn't really benefited us. What the brother is saying is right. It's been one sided. You know what I mean? And even if you look at the case with Che Guevara from Cuba, he went to go hide out in Bolivia and they did him dirty. You know what I mean? So like it has been one sided. Foundational Black Americans have been pushing for this unity for the longest of times, and now we just come to the realize we're not saying that we hate y'all or anybody. We just saying that
they don't fuck with us.
We need to do our own.
No, because Patrice was gonna say something. What were you gonna say?
I was going to say, when you look at the media, it's all
Humber, who was a Puerto Rican black dude.
Yes.
Hold on, let me go back.
In the African diaspora.
You're right.
This girl was saying something.
Yes, shout out to him.
See, my thing is, this is my thing. You gotta do.
But again,
let me see what the women say.
I want to start off with you said Kevin Samuels.
Yeah.
I actually agree with him. I think that the Latin communities and other communities are just more united than the Black community. For example, when you think about colorism, there isn't really such a thing in like the Latin community, or at least that I know of. I'm not really familiar with the Latin community or the Asian community as much as it is for Black people, especially here in America. I think it's a big deal, and I think that we separate ourselves too much. And I think there's like, for example, I don't know, it was like especially in 2015, 2014, where it was like team dark skins, team light skins on Vine. You really don't see that in other communities.
Well, the thing is that there is such a colorism in the Latin community, but one thing I will say is not as prevalent. I'll say you can see it in the media. You can definitely see it in certain avenues if you really dig deep into it, But like prevalent, like Team Darskin and Team, no, there hasn't been something like that, as an example. You know what I'm saying? It hasn't been like that, but so far for what Kevin Samuel says that you agree with, do you agree with that? The Latin community is better off because we build.
I don't know about necessarily build, but I think that the Latin community is more united than the Black community, in my opinion, and especially the Latin people.
The Latin community is definitely more united than the Black community. That's true in itself. That's more explanatory. But hold on, let me move a little bit forward. I just want to know what she said. I'm going to move forward. When they sit here and they complain about Black women, hold on a second, I'm trying to find it.
And when he shouldn't be separated. So,
I'm not going to make it. Okay, I'm sorry for separating. Haitians are Black.
Right. So,
okay.
If you make it that way, we don't have a problem. But
okay,
what I was trying to.
To one of my friends' house, he got the fight going. The Tyson.
Fury okay. All right. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. And I got Bro Top here. What's going on, Bro Top? Bro Top, you're muted, bro. Bro Top, you're muted. If you're trying to speak, you're muted. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway,
can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, so now let's talk about, because before, I know this is about Black love, but I got to speak my piece, and I'm going to get into that. But so I also see a lot of people talking about the Black community this, the Black community that, right? Do you know in Philadelphia, where I also live in Philadelphia. In Philadelphia, Hispanics are 15% of the population. They have the highest poverty rate. Do you know the most drug-infested, violent neighborhood in America is Kensington?
Yeah, it's a bunch of white folks. There's a bunch of white folks there.
A bunch of white drug addicts.
Yeah. And I said, did you see that I brought it up?
No, I didn't.
Well,
4% for Black women is 12%. So when Black women talk about Black men, like there's some special, different type of thing about them that makes them hate Black women and chase after non-Black women Y'all don't really know the numbers.
It's
When
socially
y'all talk
acceptable.
about even, and not only that, let me keep on going because I got another point to say. Even when the Miss Universe was on, and I'm sad that she's not here right now. When she was speaking about this provider talk, I'm like, half of American men make $38,000 a year or less. What's this provide? Do you know what world you're living in? Even Cynthia G talks like that. So does Mahogany Pink. It's like y'all got stuck in like the 1980s or the 1970s or even the 60s.
Nah, they ain't get stuck nowhere.
Y'all talking like we live in this vacuum, like black men are these characters from the color purple or waiting to excel, and not like the world is changing. And I'll move out your way in 10 seconds. Even the Washington Journal put out an article 2 weeks ago that said colleges just went 60-40 split women to men. How is that going to affect everything? And in the next 10 years, it's going to be 66-33. So when y'all talk about black men, y'all are acting like these things aren't happening to people in general and men in general. And so when sisters use black men, air quotes, failure to insult black men, I'm like, okay, go swirl and divest and then run into the extra average Brad that's just like the black men you're running from. And I'll pause right.
Okay, so he's sitting up there talking about Brad, like, and first of all, like, you guys are sitting up there talking about income, and you guys talking about Mahogany Pink and Cynthia G talking about hypergamy. First of all, Cynthia G does not preach about hypergamy. Maybe Mahogany Pink, but not Cynthia G. Cynthia G is more on the Black community and the behaviors and the psychology of the Black community. So this man is sitting up here talking about, Black women being hypergamous and wanting, men with higher incomes. Like, dude, that's natural. Men are supposed to be the providers in their family. If you guys haven't noticed, after COVID hit, everything went up. Housing market, food, everything went up. And these guys are sitting here complaining about women wanting men to make at least 85 to a thousand a year. Dude, like, if you feel that your income is not enough to sustain a family, there are two options. You either get a job that pays better, or you try to get that promotion. Because for what I know, because I went into predominantly Asian communities and Indian communities, and they're doing just fine. They're not complaining, and they're not, talking about, oh, I don't make this much income or whatever, blah, blah, blah. These guys are doing what men are doing because they're looking at the economic level of the economy, especially in California and New York. They're sitting there like, okay, in order for me to survive and support my family, I need to make this amount of money. So what these guys do, they are working their way up to the top. They're not sitting stagnant in a blue collar job complaining why they don't get nowhere. That's just stupid. And this is what Lexus Exodus and Cynthia G means. These guys complain too much about things that can be simply fixed. These guys do not know how to work the economy economically. Other races of men know how to economically save money and flip houses to make it where they don't have to spend that much money to do that. You see, these guys don't do that. They don't, like, there are plenty of videos about flipping houses and saving money. They don't even do that. They don't even know how to flip houses to save money. So they don't have to go to the market. They don't have to go to the bank in order to buy a 2-story house when they can go and flip it. They don't know that economy right there. They never talk about it. Never. And this is what us Black women are saying. They don't want to improve their life. They really do not want to do it. They refuse to be men and improve the economy. They refuse to do it. They don't want to do it. They rather sit up there and complain about white supremacy, how white supremacy is holding them back. But at the same time, they're not even trying to flip their houses. They're not even trying to figure out ways to survive in this economy. They're absolutely not doing that. They just want to sit there and complain about something that really isn't affecting them like that, to be honest with you. It's really not affecting them like that. And they just want to sit there and make up bunches of excuses of why things are not going the way they hope. They're not putting in the effort to go around the economy. Other races of men are doing that. They're not.
Right there.
You know what I don't understand? If Black men are so inferior and these just terrible people, why do they spend 24 hours a day and not living their best life with their non-Black men? Shouldn't they be making videos of how much their life is better with these different non-Black men? Why do they spend 24/7 hours a day talking about Black men?
Because Patrice, half of American men make $38,000 a year or less, so they're not going to meet no extraordinary non-Black man. That's the problem. They're making fun of us and then comparing us to the top 20% non-Black man. Not the app. I'll move out your way in 5 seconds. People act like non-white people are living the real
I'm trying
house
to get to
the other
the
group in
girl
America,
because she's
but yet
trying
their women
to
are marrying out at 54%.
I feel like it's hard. Like, why do we have to go to the inner city to like find black men that are attractive?
Let me answer that before you go, Terrell.
Wait, hold on. Wait. Before anybody goes. So Bella, since you think that growing up in the suburbs you didn't see the adequate amount of black men?
Not adequate amount of black men, just the amount of black men that find darker skinned women attractive.
Oh, got it. And in your experience, that's what you experienced.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
And other black women.
Bella, before you go, I'm gonna give you some.
She grew up in one of those. She grew up in one of those weird ass towns. And you see a lot of brothers from the first. You ever watch that show First 48? You see all them weird brothers. She grew up in one of them weird ass towns like that,
but
like
and that's the thing.
somewhere.
Like we have to be honest.
Now, I mean, that's not defined FBA people. Now, where I grew up at, where I grew up at in Harlem,
very clear.
Everybody finds black women attractive. White men find black women attractive. Latino men have babies with black women in Harlem.
Like, I don't want to go to Harlem. Like,
everybody finds black women attractive.
I understand what you're saying, though, Bello. Wait, Bello. Understand what you're saying. You're saying you want a black man that grew up around white people in a white environment with white beauty standards to then end up with a black woman. Sister, he's practically white. That's what I'm telling you. And I get what you're saying. You don't want an inner city brother. Okay, but then
no, that's not what I said. I don't like. I feel like that's inconvenient to like have to.
But this whole game is inconvenient.
In order
the whole relationship and intimacy game is inconvenient, sis. And you're playing musical chairs, and the more standards you put up, the more chairs you knock off. You see what I'm saying? So I get.
So they having problems with women and women having standards. Like, come on, dude, does that even make sense? So you sitting up here, you worrying about women having standards because you feel like their standards too high. They need to bring it down a little bit. Dude, listen, black women are done with struggle love. We do not want to struggle with these dusties. Okay, we are tired of living in poverty. We are tired of these guys getting Black women pregnant and leaving us as single mothers. It comes to the point where Black women want to do better. They want to find that man that will be able to provide. It doesn't matter if he is a manager at a grocery store. He has to be able to provide if he's going to start a family. And if he does not have the income, or he feels he does not have an income to do that, then he needs to do better. It's the men that need to do better. Why does the Black manosphere spend 24 hours talking about Black women if their races of women are more fit, feminine, submissive, and cooperative? Girl, they can't get those type of women. Those type of women want men that are fit, in shape, and masculine, just like they are in shape, and feminine. These women are looking for men that can provide and protect in their family. These men can't do that. These men are not fit. They don't have the income. They don't have the means. So these other races of women, they don't want them. They don't want them because they don't qualify to date these men. And this is why these men are sitting up here complaining because about Black women, because now they're seeing Black women dating other races of men, and it's affecting them. And goes back to where Black women's fear is saying that, and goes back to what her father says. Men need women. Women don't need men. Okay? And that's just plain and simple, because these guys love to complain, but what are their solutions? What are they talking about? How can they fix their situation in order for them to get the woman that they desire? They're not even talking about that. They're sitting there complaining about the average income, but what are you doing to improve your income? That's the thing.
I get what you're saying. I see what you're saying. You don't want to be inconvenienced, but this whole game is inconvenient.
I know a brother like that named Amaziah from Kansas City. He claimed to be an Israelite, straight pro-Black, but yet when he went to visit a third party that we all knew, that
FBA, if anybody wants to.
Foundational Black America.
FBA is Foundational Black America.
Now, Bella,
The blacks whose ancestry go back to the foundation of America itself as a country. We was here and we built this motherfucker. And American culture is Black culture, because we created all the music, we created all the food, we built this shit.
And I got a
So
good
when
video.
we say FBA,
they did not create all the food. Other foods come from other cultures. What the hell are they talking about? Have they even went outside Black culture to even see, go to a Latin restaurant, to even go to, any type of restaurant? Black Americans did not create everything. Okay. So that goes to show you that this guy don't know what he's talking about. He's so close-minded. These guys are so close-minded.
We're talking about those people in particular.
Yeah, but
whose families go back to the conception of America.
But it's hard to
We've
distinguish
been here
those
since then.
Unfortunately, it's hard to distinguish those people because a lot of immigrants come
It's
here.
not hard to distinguish those people. It's easy. I know my family go back to North Carolina. It's easy.
Right.
We didn't live in a primitive. We didn't come up in a primitive country that didn't keep records.
I can agree with your points because I am FDA also, but I would question Patrice now because I thought he was FDA, but he sounds like
okay. Let's skip this. I don't care who's FDA or not. I can care less.
It's kind of fuck with them somewhat. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Yeah, let's go to asking Bella some questions and stuff.
Bella, Bella, I'm gonna give you some names. I'm gonna give you some names of some women who are about black love.
Hold on a second. Let me go back.
In service connected by the government because I got injured out.
Some Joe Loft. He smelled a little bit of Joe Loft.
Let me take a breather.
And he was right. You give a fuck or not. The bottom line is this. The brother said something, and he was right.
There's a difference in mentality. That's my point.
He smelled some Joe Loft. He smelled a little bit of Joe Loft.
Let me take a breather.
And he was right.
There's a difference in mentality.
Well, I'm not FBA, and I don't know if y'all realized that in the beginning. How could you tell?
See,
Yeah, I'm not FBA either.
Yo, why y'all had to kick him out, bro?
I didn't kick him out.
No. He said he's gonna take a breather. Yeah.
Y'all called him out and he got damn, yo.
But I'm not.
Y'all wrong for that. Y'all wrong for that. Y'all probably gonna kick me out next because I ride with that brother. That's my brother, Patrice. I fuck with Patrice.
No, I
fuck with Patrice heavy. That's my brother.
You can't call people out because they're African.
I made that point because I made that point because the thinking is different. The education or something is different. That's how I know.
Hey, we gonna get back on topic and start talking about this relationship thing? We done veered off.
Go ahead.
Yeah, but my point was that where you're from matters, right? So
Roy Chess. I get what you're saying, bro, but that's another live stream, bro.
No. I mean, the concepts are gonna be different from somebody whose parents are from somewhere else.
Woman, I'm gonna tell you about, and the woman that you follow who diss black men 24/7. Just look at the difference of energy, and look. Actually, they actually look different too, but that's between me and you. But just look at the energy.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it.
FBA is
some women who are about black love.
I think I went too far deep.
You're from somewhere else, and I only date black.
That's another live stream. Let's get back on topic for what we was discussing.
Can you let me in?
Yeah.
Bring Patrice back.
Wait, he's in. Go ahead.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
All right. I'm all right.
I just want to say. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Look, nobody. My mom is Black American. My dad is African. I served in this country. I fought in Iraq 2 tours. I actually in service connected by the government because I got injured out there.
I'm questioning that. That was not my point. I wasn't trying to.
The mentality, and then what were you saying about the mentality?
Hold on, there's the one they talk about some people.
Joe Loft. He smelled a little bit of Joe Loft.
Let me take a breather.
And he was right. I'm up in a primitive country that didn't keep records.
I'm trying to find it, y'all.
We're talking about those people in particular.
Yeah, but
whose families go back to the conception of America.
But it's hard to
We've been here since then.
Unfortunately, it's hard to distinguish those people because a lot of immigrants come.
It's not hard to distinguish.
Okay, hold on. Let me move forward.
Puerto Ricans is natural born citizens.
Look, nobody. My mom is Black American. My dad is African. I served in this country. I fought in Iraq 2 tours. I actually in service connected by the government because I got injured out there. Nobody can tell me that I'm not Black American. Now, 2.
No, I'm not questioning that. Bro. I'm not questioning that. That was not my point. I wasn't trying to.
The mentality, and then what were you saying about the mentality? Tell me.
It's the I didn't say anything about intelligence. I said mentality. The thinking is different. The root of your thinking is different
compared to who?
Compared to an FDA. So an immigrant mentality is different from an FDA mentality. That's what I'm trying to say. There's a difference there.
There's a difference.
I don't want us to get too far off the.
Yo, bro. Let me name the one group that has the most similarities with FBA. The one group, Puerto Ricans.
I disagree.
And let me say this: Puerto Ricans is natural born citizens. They've been here since the beginning. Not from the beginning. I ain't gonna go that far, but they've been here since at least 1912. So they've been here for a long ass time. So one group I somewhat identify with and fuck with as and I'm FBA is Puerto Ricans. And I don't really trust them that much. but kind of
Yo,
fuck
Bella.
with them somewhat. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Bella.
let's go to asking Bella some questions and stuff.
Bella, Bella, I'm gonna give you some names. I'm gonna give you some names of some women who are about black love, who have huge followings, and they're beautiful, and they're trying to teach black women to embrace their femininity. And just look at the difference of energy between these women I'm gonna tell you about and the woman that you follow who diss black men 24/7. Just look at the difference of energy, and look. Actually, they actually look different too, but that's between me and you. But just look at the energy. When you get a chance.
Hey, yo, let me ask this
Wait,
question.
no, let him land.
Real quick.
No, let him land, bro.
Okay, so basically these guys have a vendetta against Cynthia G. Well, mostly Cynthia G and Lexus Exodus. I was trying to find that one timestamp when she mentions Cynthia G, and they call Cynthia G white supremacist and Lexus Exodus white supremacist. But these guys are mad because they're calling out their behavior. They're saying that it's bashing black men, but in actuality, we're calling out your behavior because we see it in the communities. It is very obvious that these guys do not want people to call out this behavior because they want to make this behavior the norm. They don't want nobody calling them out on their shit. But let me tell you something. You guys are not exempt for being called out. We're going to call out the behavior in the community. We're going to call out the behavior of black men. Cynthia G is going to continue to call out the behavior of black men, and so is Lexus Exodus, because it needs to be said. This needs to come out and be spoken of, because we're, as black women, we are tired of the BS and the bullshit that is going on in these communities. It really doesn't make any sense whatsoever. It really doesn't make any sense. Like, why do these men care so much about what black women are talking about? So what? You guys talk about us all the time, but yet you guys have a problem with black women talking about y'all. No, y'all gonna get what you guys are spewing. Because if you're gonna talk about black women, we're gonna talk about you. You guys are not exempt.
Let him go.
Let me tell her the names. Bella, you listening?
Yeah, I'm open to anything.
You got a pen? Write these names down.
Can you just like
Six the goddess. Six the goddess. I don't know how to go back and forth like typing in the chat. I'm on this. I have to figure this out. But
All right,
Six the goddess. Six the goddess.
Okay.
Erica Lachey. Avery Woodley. And Zeke.
Hold on. Alexander, I don't know if you're still here, but can you please block trolls, please? That if they get out of line, please block them, because I will not accept no behavior from no man or trolls whatsoever. If you don't like what I'm saying, why are you on my video? Please start blocking.
Easy. There's a lot more, but start with those four. These are beautiful sisters.
All right.
No, you know, now I did see your interview with Universe Trip. Now, do I agree with everything that she says? No. Okay.
That, or the black men that's around their vicinity, that they see in a negative way. Do you think that's the case, or do you think that maybe they've gotten out and they actually had some variety of black men and now they're making their consensus? What do you think?
Look, this is what I think, Radical. A lot of black women are addicted to attention, dick, and drama.
What?
I don't think
Period.
that's a
They
black.
love
let me,
black women.
That's
A lot
wrong.
of black women.
that's not a black woman
love
thing, bro.
violence
This is
and
this is
drama
the thing.
and
Okay,
excitement.
wait.
This is
Can I ask her a question? I just want her to
Go
answer
ahead,
it.
go ahead.
Just give. So, Bella, what do you think? Do you think it's because they got it? They got in certain experiences on the choosing of men, or they actually seen okay, all black men are like this. So, what are your thoughts?
I think it's wrong in general to generalize people, whether it's black people, black men, white men, etc. Like what Harlow said about black women, generalizing I think is wrong. But I believe that black women are divesting because their personal experiences of black men leaving them. Like you have to you have to accept the fact that a lot of black women, at least the black women that I know and that I see, are single mothers. And the
Can I address that also?
How many
Wait, no,
black women?
you're not gonna bring up no
How
facts.
many?
Let her finish.
Connected with my real life experiences show that like a lot of black men leave black women and leave them with children.
In your experience, correct?
Yes.
Okay, got it.
So let me address some of that, Radical. Number one, about the divesting. We have to call it attempting to divest. When I spoke earlier, I said 12% of black women are married interracially. Here's the number. That's for when you control for married black women in particular. If you look at black women as a whole, so all adult black women from 18 to death, it's 4%. So in other words, Loving versus Virginia got passed in 1967, and only 4% of black women are married outside the race. You want to know why? Because if we live in an anti-black society, then black women can't hope to believe that you're going to find all these Latino men, white men, Asian men, Arab men, indigenous men who live in this anti-black society, and then they're going to marry a black woman. It's just not going to happen. That's why that number is so low. That's how anti-blackness shows up for black women, is in their relationships, in their intimate relationships. Number one. Number two, marriage is at a 150-year low, and that was even before COVID. So when we talk about marriage rates and who's getting married to who, marriage is on the decline in America. That's number two. Number three, the fastest growing group of people that are having children out of wedlock is actually white women, and that's not because of black men, because black men only make up 6.1% of the population. You see what I'm saying? So like we're having these conversations in a vacuum. And number four, the black community has a population decline in America just like the rest of the country. America's population is actually on the decline. We don't have 2.1 child per woman, which is how you maintain a population. The whole entire country is somewhere around 1.9, and the black community is around there too, 1.9, 1.8. So like once again, all these tropes and all these talking points and rhetoric that is often used in that swirler divester space, it exists in a vacuum, because the second
these guys are mad. These guys are big time mad because now that black women are separating themselves from these toxic men and are going their own separate ways and dating other races of men. But if these men actually do their studies, and they will actually find that black women are having successful marriages and successful marriage union with other races of men. Other races of men do propose to these black women. They actually marry these black women, and they're in these black women's children's lives. So these men that are saying that these Puerto Rican whites and all that stuff don't want black women, that's not true. You do see it in real life. You do see it on social media that these guys actually like black women. And now these guys are mad because in actuality, they do see it. These guys are not going to say that, these black women and non-black men unions are very successful. He knows that. He just don't want to admit that because he knows that black women are not going to need black men. We don't need men. The men need us, okay? They need us to procreate and continue with the race. And now that black women are exploring our options, we are much happier in this space, whether we are married or single. Black women that are divested are happier, and in their journey is because they're not dealing with all this drama and all this baby daddy drama that is going on here. We do not want that in our lives. We do not want it. And now these guys are mad because we made a decision not to go that route. And now these guys are big mad. They are very big mad at Black women being happy. That's all it is. They're mad at Black women being happy.
Out of the Black community, you actually see what's going on, right? And once again, if non-Black men were so interested, that number would be way more than 4% of all adult Black women being married outside the race. They're just not interested.
Well,
and
Well,
you can see that. Go ahead.
I got
I'm
a
sorry.
question for the panel. Somebody wrote, Black men will praise a Latina woman and call her sexy for having the same attributes as Black women have. What do you guys think
that's
about
not
that?
true. The thing is this: some Black men, when they date outside, hold on, relax, nigga. Let me say this real quick. Some Black men, when they date outside the race, they find the opposition, the other sex, to be somewhat a little bit more feminine. Black women, for the most part, a lot of them are very aggressive. They're very aggressive. They're very. It's almost like you're dating your opposition. It's crazy,
bro.
So when Black men do things outside the race, they find it to be a little bit like the women outside of the race to be a little bit more.
That is a reach, bro. It's
feminine.
All it is.
That is the truth, nigga.
Understand that
whether you like it or not, it's the fucking truth.
Nigga, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, bro. Notice me, you. I don't bring anecdotes in my personal experiences. I bring straight numbers, bro. Black women,
yo, bro, let's keep it 100, bro. Like, I mean, Black women are very black women are on some transsexual shit at this point. Like, it's weird.
I want you to understand, Bella. This dude does not represent the majority of Black people. We don't think like this. Okay? I just want you to understand.
I mean, you want to play games.
You know what I mean? You
want to play games all night, but
do you know anything about what's going on?
We gonna keep it real.
Do you?
New York, so of course they do. I know they do.
Wait. What's the problem? Wait, real quick.
This panel's full of dust.
She says this panel is full of dust. Yet once again, only 1/3 of Americans, and I'm gonna move out your way in 1 second, Radical. 1/3 of Americans make 50 or more. Somewhere between 1/3 to 40% of Americans make 20 grand or less. 20. That's nothing. So y'all really don't know what's going on planet Earth and what's going on in America. I'm done.
Yeah.
Mr. We're talking about America.
Hey, Terrell, real quick. Terrell, I'm gonna write you. I wrote you something in the private chat. All right. No, go ahead.
Wait. Radical. She said wait. I'm 10 seconds. She said that one of the ladies in there said we just want Black men to get on our level. Number one, the median income for men in America is 38 grand a year. The median.
There with men that you like. Well, all these women.
You don't hear from them Black men again. Those Black men are not over here talking about all our brothers need to do this. They need to come. You don't hear those brothers. They got their own little circles and they deal with their women. Obviously, a lot of these women, to save their ego, they just want to say that they're going to divest, but they know that a lot of these men are not knocking down their door. Let's keep it real. How many?
Oh, yeah. For one thing, you guys are worried about Black women. And if that wasn't the case, you guys would not be having this discussion. Apparently, y'all are not getting the women that y'all want. So y'all are trying to get Black women to lower their standards, because that's basically what you guys are doing. You're trying to get Black women to lower their standards so that you guys would not feel the pressure or feel the need to do anything to improve the situation that you guys are in. You can copyright the stream all you want. You can copyright the stream all you want, but to tell you the truth, this stream is not going down because I'm not showing the video. It's the audio of the video. So you can go ahead and copyright this all you want. It just says a lot about you guys. It just shows, because you guys don't want nobody to expose you. You guys don't want nobody to expose you. You can do it all you want, but you guys are really not doing anything. This video is staying up. This video staying up because it's just audio. I'm not showing the video. So you can copyright this all you want, but to tell you the truth, expose this simp. You do not own this video. Expose let me see. Radical Latino does, and I'm not even showing the video, so you just wasted your time. Anyways, so basically these niggas are big mad at Cynthia G and Lexus Exodus. That's all it is. They're just big mad that Black women have moved on and that Black women don't need them anymore. We really don't need them to procreate when we have other races of men to procreate with. But you guys can continue to be mad at Lexus Exodus and Cynthia G's and other divestment channels because you guys don't like what we are talking about. And you guys don't like it that let me tell you guys, if you guys really wasn't bothered by what Black women are saying, you guys would keep doing what you're doing and not respond to women. Because when you guys respond to women channels, that says a lot about you as a man. Like, why are you guys even up on women channels arguing with us anyways? Leave us alone. Leave us alone. We're not bothering you. We're not, like, most of us are not even going on y'all spaces because what you guys talking about ain't bothering us, but you guys coming over here, y'all are bothering us because you guys are big mad, and you guys know, because you guys know that you guys need women, and that's why you guys are over here and you bothered. You guys are so bothered by what women are saying. But you guys can continue to be bothered and upset about what women are saying because it's not going to make a difference. Okay? I'm over the situation with you guys. You guys can stay mad. Okay?
How many men of other groups that you know that's looking to go take care of a woman who got multiple kids with multiple different dudes? It's not happening. It's not
even that, brother. Wait, real quick. It's not even just
a lot of women.
Back chat, by the way, real quick. Let me. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
If UT was here, I asked her the same question, and I would like to ask Bella. No, but I really want to hear this come out their mouth if they feel some type of way about something we say, because the only thing they're gonna say is y'all cry, y'all complain, y'all do this, y'all do that. Did y'all ever ask us though? I really want to know if y'all ever asked us those questions.
For me personally, I've never said anything bad about Black men, and I don't think anything bad about Black men. But I have, and I also think like the things that I've heard are just generalizations, and I feel like people shouldn't generalize. But why do you guys feel this way? Since we're here and are having this conversation, I would be interested to hear your opinion.
Because women have bad choices. Either you pick the Pookie and Ray Rays, or you pick the hypergamy guys.
This is goddamn it annoying. I'm sorry.
One of the issues is that we're 50 years out of Jim Crow.
With the middle guy, when you were avoiding the middle guy from the beginning.
We're 50 years out of Jim Crow.
Like, let's say you were talking to me.
And look at that. And look at that. Almo just proved my point. Look what this person said. Ask what? Why y'all bitch so much? Raised that way. Exactly. So you never asked the question. And then this is all things that Gene said. Why did black men create this gender war? Who said black men created the gender war? What are you talking about?
Wait.
Actually, you guys did start the gender war. If you guys go back like a few decades ago, you guys started the gender war, bashing black women and doing this whole colorism thing. You guys start this colorism thing. You guys went and you guys took white supremacy ideology and you guys used it on black women to satisfy your insecurities. You guys are not protecting black women. And first of all, when I heard this conversation, to be honest with you, I feel like these men are doing more complaining as they're just figuring out solutions, how they can improve their lives and how they can improve their communities and how can they be better mates to black women. Now, I'm not hearing that, to be honest with you. I'm not hearing that. It's like there is no solution whatsoever. It's like they're just complaining. And basically these guys are very off topic because they're not talking about is black love toxic. They're sitting there and going off the fault of, women and all that stuff. But what are their faults? They never explain why they can't keep a decent relationship. They just can't. They want to base this solely on women. And to me, that is a bitch move. A guy that is supposedly a leader in his community don't put fault on the women. He put fault on himself, how the community is and how people are acting. He does not take the accountability that this is the community I created. This is the community that supposedly that these men do not want to take responsibility. So let's be real. These men do not want to take accountability. Never at all. They'd rather just sit up here and complain about the black community and sit up here and complain about women instead of just taking fault for what they took part in the community. They never do that. They just want to run and take their problems to another community or another country because they feel that if black women are not going to baby us anymore, then we're going to go to another country as if that's going to solve anything. And we're going to have the women baby them. Let me tell you something. I'm glad black women are changing. And I'm not saying all black women are doing this. I'm not saying, there are still black women that will mammy for black men. However, these men do not want to change their situation and they rather blame women for calling them out on their bullshit. It's our job as women to call you out on your bullshit when you're not doing right. We are not going to allow you guys to sit here and continue to bully women anymore. That shit is over with and done. And let me tell you guys something. Black women are moving on, and I'm glad more black women are actually moving on. This is why I don't respect the collective of black women. I don't either. Because these guys love their toxic behavior. They love it. And this is why they do not want to change, because they feel like working to improve the community is too much. Let me tell you this. Rome wasn't built in a day. It took years for Rome to be what it is today, to be where it could be a powerful nation. And it took strong leaders for the nation of Rome to become powerful. And these guys are not even taking into account that it takes a lot of hard work and a lot of generations for the Black community to build up their wealth. But these guys, they're not worrying about that. And this is why right now I am focusing on Black women getting educated, Black women to keep creating businesses, because let me tell you something, Black women are going to continue to thrive because Black men are not doing that. And I thank God for Cynthia G, Lexus, Exodus, Divested, Zealous. Thank God for these women, because without these women, Black women will be stuck in a toxic mindset. And I am glad that, Black women are finally waking up and finding options and finding happiness. So that's all I have for this video. Please like, share, and subscribe. And I want you guys to share this video, because if you guys share this video, I'm going to get more subscribers, and it happens all the time. So please like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.